It's fine. All good. Well, it's time for the hard part. 2.5 hours of pain.
Well then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Of course, if you just want to write, you can go ahead and do that, and I can struggle through on my own. Ugh.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto! One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
Monomi's stare intensifies.
Final blow!
Ora, 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 ora.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Except for he already knew who it was.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... argue! Alright. Let's start with torture ones.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No.
So, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds really caused by torture in the first place? What are my
The killer
options?
didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Yeah, really, it's all about the reason why he was tortured. I think they tortured him just for fucking fun. Okay, that's not useful. That's not useful. Okay, it's definitely duct tape.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Okay, now I just gotta find the right one. I'm actually going to try to take my time this time, you know. Use my own brain, not somebody
The
else.
killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
I disagree.
If so, the suspect
Is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
So we can knock two things off immediately because we are disagreeing.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So
I
that's
think-
why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Okay, we can get rid of the plushies,
So,
panels,
the
oil
suspect-
lighter. The
Is
survival
whoever found the
night. Hold on. What's Monokuma's account? That is. Yeah. So we can get rid of.
That was Fuyuhiko.
Monokuma's account, oil lighter, panels, plushie,
found it by
and survival
coincidence.
knife. It's duct tape or torture wounds.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
Alright, let's reread what the torture wounds say. Oh. Let me listen to see what they're saying again. Why?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect
Is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I just don't like the options I have to interject these. My options are... They're always missing things. Okay, basically, they're jumping to conclusions, yes. I know that, but my options... I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Torture in the first place.
The killer didn't tape Nagito.
They're saying that Nagito was tortured to figure out where the bombs were. That's what they are saying. With the duct tape. I can contradict that with the duct tape. Which implies that... Because it shows that when he was being essentially, you know, well, it's implying that the tape was moving. His mouth was moving under the tape, and there's no blood splatter, which would imply that when he was being stabbed and shit, at least, in the left arm, he was gagged. My issue is I might have it completely zoned in on my answers and nothing else. It means that they weren't torturing him for the bombs, but the only time that I really have an option to talk about the bombs is a statement where you are concurring. It means if he's gagged, he cannot talk.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
Okay, there's the assumption, is that he was actually tortured.
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Because I don't agree.
So, the suspect is whoever found the bomb.
Which, that pisses me off though, that one of my clues is literally torture wounds.
That was Fuyu. I found him. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I hate that.
The killer didn't tape Nagito. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was.
It's because the killer tortured
Uh-oh.
Nagito.
Fucking A. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I had the same reasoning, I just hate the way they label things.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
They should have called it bodily wounds, not torture wounds, because that 100% shifts your thinking. No, I know. I already had that thought, it's just I was getting hooked on what the game was labeling things as. That was me.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Well, technically, they can still torture you. Well, you can still be tortured, but not for information. That's just called sadism.
I'm prepared. Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Slash that boy. I'll slash this boy, alright.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Ah, fuck.
Crap! Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Okay, literally in the clue for the duct tape, like, it talks about it being in his mouth, which wouldn't. Oh my god, fine.
Crap!
Okay, let's go through this whole thing.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
That sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth. But like, that's the best place to contradict that, though. It's like, after they killed him, they duct tape his mouth closed again. Well, I have the facts right here that says it clearly shows that he was moving his mouth underneath of it, which says he was not killed, and then covered it back up. I don't want to just start swinging wildly. Because, oh my god, I know, but that's because I thought I had the right answer then, and then I thought I had the second time, and now I don't know what the fuck it's trying to do. That's why I'm stopping for a second. See, the other part of me says I swing at the second one, not the first or the third like I've already done. But that's just swinging wildly. Which it is, because the second one is that he was killed. Which would show that blood would have splattered onto his face, underneath of where the thing was. My reasoning works too. It's just not what they want. It's because it's on the hardest difficulty. They have so many extra things to fuck with me. Is my logic right the third time? But I didn't swing wildly the first time or the second time. The first time was that, I don't even remember what the first option was. But I remember the second time I swung, it was like, and then they taped his mouth shut after they killed him. Well, in this description, the reason why I swung for that one is because it showed that his mouth was moving, therefore he was not dead. Honestly, the best argument is that last one. All three of them are wrong. But the strongest one's that third one, that they covered it up after they killed him. Well, let's see. I'm cutting through the words that they covered his mouth. I don't like half of this. That was the third one.
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
That third one.
That was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
Right. Not the when, yeah. But usually you don't take statements by themselves, you take it with the preceding statements to give it the context, but I'm thinking too logically.
This is how it went.
Question mark?
The killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location.
I know it's not wrong.
Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
What?
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Sweats.
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Yes.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
The murderer.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
I'm pretty sure Chiaki is smarter than Sonia.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Damn right. Reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Okay, so... it's either the panels or the oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Not agreeing with either.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
That's actually correct.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused...
I agree with that.
Sound waves!
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
No, you missed dumb soda. That's all. Okay.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Well, you did say you wanted to write tonight.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
So we're at part 3 out of probably 20, by the way.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The music.
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker. Yeah, we're not gonna. We're gonna speed up the trial as much as we
So
can.
the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Oh, my back. Holy shit. I'll open it slowly. Alright.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem she's talking about is the killer couldn't have left. We couldn't take the merch.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that.
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
I would say that is, if you really think about it, he could tie himself up, tie his feet up, tie his left arm, and then have a burned up rope attached to his, wait, did I have that right? Yeah, tie up his left arm, have a burned out rope tied to his right arm, and then have the spear dangling above you. You could kill yourself. You'd have to be insane to do it, but it's possible.
Nagito might do something like
I
that.
didn't say
Don't you
it's
think?
probable. I'm just saying it's plausible that that kind of a setup could happen.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Thank God it's not a hangman's gambit.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Yes, the front tail. For assumption that Nagito admits suicide is correct, and Nagito could die himself too. That's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
Huff.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
What?
Crap!
I was agreeing. He could have used his teeth and the burned rope. Okay, I'm gonna have to rethink this. Alright, think.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
I guess I'm not
Dirty
agreeing.
joke. Is that a dirty joke?
Okay, so I'm not agreeing with her. Assumption is correct. He should have tied himself up. Oh, yes. That was already okay, whatever. So we're not agreeing with Akane. Which means we're arguing that he couldn't have done it by himself. Yes, we
To actually
could.
tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Unless...
Tying just the legs is one thing, but
Okay. So, my thinking is that we need to use the burned rope to show how he was able to do it, because the rope showed it was burned, but his clothing was not charred or anything, therefore implying that the fire did not actually get close enough to him where that burn mark is. None of the other things matter. So my initial guess was agreeing with Akane. Well, like I said, I initially wanted to agree with Akane where she said he used his teeth. He could have used his teeth and, you know, the free hand. Because he had already gotten this thing tied together, so he could have easily tied one of his hands together. Or tied his other arm. But that wasn't wrong, which means I have to disagree with, there's only like 4 statements, and I don't want to just shoot willy-nilly again. So it's either, you can't tie yourself up by yourself, or it's impossible to tie your arms and legs together. I'm gonna...
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
how about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I want to see this first statement again.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously
Okay.
impossible.
We're disagreeing
Tying
with
just the legs is
Soda.
one thing, but tying
Use
both
teeth
arms
on
would be
front tail.
impossible.
No.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Okay, I don't know then. That was my best guess, to be honest. I mean, let's be honest, there's only 2 more statements I can hit, and one of them is the pain, so we can knock that one out. So it's that first statement, which is to tie your own arms and legs. Unless I'm saying, but he didn't tie both of his arms? Yeah. But the problem am I just thinking too far ahead right now? Because right now all they're talking about is I mean, it's a setup. The rope, he was never tied down with the rope. It means that he never had his right hand taken down, which means I take out the first statement, which was saying to tie both of your arms and legs. I want to get the game's logic before I shoot it. That's all I want right now, because I know it's the right answer. I want to know what they're going for so I understand it. Why would I think that his statement is wrong? Because technically only 3 out of his 4 limbs were tied down. While he was officially tied at all 4 limbs, only one of them was not completely restrained.
Crap! To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
But, like, to actually tie up your own arms and legs, that just doesn't sound like a statement that you would just... You see? It's just... It doesn't feel right. He didn't... But... 75% of that is correct, 25% is wrong.
That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with... It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Or your front tail.
If you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own... No,
I
that's
hate
wrong.
this game sometimes. Hey, I hate it. I hate their logic.
Hold on a second. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
Maybe I'm just... I'm overthinking it. That's all I'm doing. I have the right reasons. I just am not connecting it on the simplistic level. Well, not simplistic level. They're not simple. I'm just overcomplicating. Ugh.
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Yes.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Trap is his right sleeve.
I see.
I love how he
Take a
says,
close look
I
at
see.
his right sleeve.
He's like, I see, even though this is my evidence I was already presenting on.
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Plus, the backside was never hit with water, so the rope would have still been on fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
I don't know which statement is better. You can grope me for free, or no, don't make it for free. Make him pay. I don't know which one I like more.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
business girl.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Wait. And Akane still got it wrong. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Way to stab yourself in the right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer to it. He's the ultimate lucky student. He just fucking... Let's see.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
No, he's a lucky kid.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Give me back that Benjamin! Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it?
Even if not...
But yeah, so... Before I do something, I will talk my idea out. So, obviously, we know that one of the Monokuma dolls had a giant hole in the chest and has blood. And since I don't have the option of saying he's lucky enough to yeet it up and catch it, even though they say it, I have nothing to support it. I like it too. It's... One, it allows me to engage. Two, it makes me not look as stupid. But, so I'm thinking... Maybe. But, so... Back to my idea, which is going off Chiaki, which, thankfully she said that, or else I would have been like, Gah? He could still be lucky enough. But threw it up high enough, it hit the ceiling and fell down. No, actually, hitting the ceiling would actually kill some of its, force. Whatever. Anyway. So, the reason the Monokuma doll has a hole in it and blood is because he needed a place to put the knife so he could just... That's my thinking. Do you see a flaw in what I'm thinking? And anybody can speak up. It doesn't just have to be Tay. Monokuma did it. Yes. Monokuma actually killed him, tortured him, and murdered him, and made it look like a suicide. Exactly. 10 out of 10. We know who did it. By association. You don't have to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Just tell me, do I have sound reasoning? And then I can choose to make the bad decision or not, based upon if you think my reasoning is sound or if you think it's still shaky. Then we're gonna go with that.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
I love that
He
voice
threw the
crack.
knife into
Right
the air
hand.
and let the knife fall. Could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
I love her Galaga pin, by the way.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him, And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
I can't show it, but if you take a look right there to the right of his chest, there's a giant pool of blood. That would also make sense of where he slammed his hand down. Well, no, actually, because the doll would have... Never mind, I'm stupid.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
I do like what they did with Fuyuhiko. I really like him as a character now. Because they gave him a redemption. And he became such a better person. I don't think it's that I think he was always a team player. It's just he had a different mindset about everything. And then he had reality crash down on him and he realized life is a lot more than just the way he was living and he wants to make up for it. And I like the fact that they actually made him redeeming. I mean, yes.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Just had to think there. Soda. Soda.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Soda.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Soda.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
You two, what? I don't know what you were agreeing to, by the way.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
Oh, yes.
So you're saying it's impossible?
For later.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Momonomi's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said.
God damn it,
You've been betrayed
Monokuma.
over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted. And it's
Get it,
too
other girl.
convenient.
And are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I mean, technically, you can still believe in the people who died because they were betrayed.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
Yeah, I'm sure Taya loves imagining how guys stab themselves with their own spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now.
All right, let's do this.
This one's definitely going to be not even on here. Okay. It's the blood on the left hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth?
His front tail.
He used his front tail.
Yeah!
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Must have used the spear to stab himself. Even if there's no doubt he used some part of his body.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear?
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's the blood on his left hand, first of all. That's the point I'm going to use, because none of the other ones make sense. Because basically, it shows that he was holding something. Yes, Soda has definitely reached new levels. So... So basically, the way his fist is clenched shows that he had something in his hand when he was torturing himself. And we're trying to prove that he did something with part of his body, and this is what I'm going to use. Now, to find the point I think it is...
Let's work together and think this through.
When the
Leave it to
spear
Lord
stabbed
Kazuichi Soda.
His right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Correct.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left.
And I'm gonna basically hit that rules out his left hand by saying, but see, I'm thinking ahead again. I'm saying he did this before he tied himself up. Do you need to see the truth bullets? Now you throw my words back at me. God damn it. Okay, I was
No,
right.
that's wrong. Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
So, this has never been actually addressed, but it's an assumption I've been going off of. and I would just want to throw it out there to see if I'm right or wrong. Do their ebooks have cameras that they've been using to take pictures of these truth bullets? Because they're telling everyone to look at these things. Things that they clearly don't have. Or is it just something that they forgot to address? Because she clearly says, look. Look. You can see it. But they didn't bring the body. That's all. Speculation.
Like you said,
yeah, like they
unnatural
take pictures
bloodstain, but
as their truth
what's wrong with
bullets.
that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Like when they get the file, they can take pictures with the file, mate? No, the file is... I don't know. It's just... It's never been addressed, but in 1 and 2, they constantly reference, look at this. But then again, they also have just the flat-out pictures in number 1 of like the... Oh, everybody else is the traitor or whatever. Yeah, their e-handbooks. Like they used... I don't know. Because they're definitely referencing something, but nobody has a camera.
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
The highly advanced electronic handbooks. Highly advanced electronic ebooks, yes. What was Nagito's doing? It was gripping.
I see!
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Yeah?
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Now that you mention it,
He gets
compared
off
to
on
the rest of his
torture.
body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right. That's the
Hey,
problem.
Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear,
I
I
think.
think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Right at the base.
I see!
Or the shaft. Firmly grasp
Yeah,
it.
instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Maybe? Nagito's gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with a spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Yes.
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's okay. I think we're all 5 at heart. If you're 5 at heart, jump in stream avatars? Can I do this? Yes, I can.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Yes, I can make everybody jump.
Let's focus on the spear first.
I can make
Namely,
everybody do anything.
Where it was, and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... That's it. Could it be? The state of the spear, the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out, where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Oh, I had it wrong, too. See, I thought that he, Pause it, pause it. Thank you. So, my thought was that he actually threw it up after he had done everything and got himself tied up, but no, I was wrong. What he did was, he was firmly he set it up before he tied himself down, and he just firmly grasped it until it was time to die, and then he was just like, goodbye, Hope World. How do I play? Right. Yeah, okay. I got it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we don't want to go super fast, actually. Yeetus deletus. Fetus deletus. Abortions in Harry Potter. Fetus deletus. That is all. Oh, we got a mover. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Tricked ya. Yeah, it did. Tricky, tricky. I wish I could do, like, 1080s or, like, fucking tricks while doing this. That'd be more fun. Give yourself something to do. Score points, gain some, like, health back. Get extra points with Monokuma for being a cool bro. Yeah. Okay, we got it. Yeet. Radical, y'all. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling converter? The spear's cord? Radical, dude.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Yes.
That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder. and
I
using
look
that
forward
as a
to it.
support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
That is horrible.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
He did it all for hope.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real?
There is no killer.
He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
And he probably waited to hear the fireworks go off before he killed himself.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. I love how his axe is just dripping with blood. Look at everyone else's. They're all so precise, or... Actually, I want to look at everyone's axes. I think they're all associated with the type of person they are, or something. Like, look at Gundam's. It's so... Well, maybe. I don't... No. Not the blackened. No, Gundam had one. But, redheaded chick and whatever her name is, both have the exact same kind of X. I'd forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand.
Yeah, Taro
You
Taro
said
has
he
a
would
special
reveal
one.
the traitor, right?
Only the murderers have the special one?
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor
No.
along with the rest of
Peko
us.
Peko doesn't have a special one. Well, she kind of does. It doesn't... Yeah.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick.
Really? It's Spears? I'm gonna need to see that again.
He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us
It
doubt
just
each
looked
other.
like it was really
Tried to hide
bloody.
the truth behind his suicide.
Because he was stabbed so much and everything.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
Hey, Zamper, thank you for the follow.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, It appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
Who? Woo.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
But I mean, if, you know, their, exes are supposed to be associated with them and everything, then why is, Gundam's just a very fancy, you know, ex? Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about that? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
True.
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
No, they just have a bunch of hamsters lined up in an X.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
Why he was terrified?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death and something that he couldn't have even messed with. The fire grenades.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Piece of evidence that even he couldn't have messed with. No. Uh-oh. 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 I don't know. I don't know. Something he couldn't mess with. He couldn't mess with the MP3 player. I don't think any of this has anything to deal with it. It has to be the MP3 player.
Crap!
Nope. Unless it's the poison. No. No, we established that he probably set that up as well. No. I don't. I'm trying! I don't know! I don't know! Something related to his death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Torture's burned robe. Survival knife. I don't know. Something related to his death that even he couldn't mess with. Nope. I just needed to get it off the fucking timer. Okay, something he couldn't mess with. So if it's related to his death, that would be the torture wounds, blood on his hand, blood on the girder. No, the problem said he. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Not they. He. Or unless he is Monokuma. Which would be the Spear of Gungnir. Fine, okay, I'll listen to you. Okay, I don't understand either way. I don't know what you're getting at. None of them can mess with the Monokuma file. That's the only thing out of everything here. You could have tampered with this, you could tamper with that. Okay, you can't tamper with someone's account, but that could be tampered, period. That can be tampered, yes. What could be off and mysterious? Anything Monokuma says. What could be off and mysterious? It's not that either.
Crap!
I don't... You can clearly tell I'm not catching what you're trying to tell me. I don't know. I'm struggling here.
I see.
Okay.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
You could have confirmed it when I said it like 50 times.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma
I
file?
should have also gone with what I was guessing, but I second guessed myself. Consent. The victim is Nagito Komeda. I discovered in the Monokuma plush factory, the estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's lacerations on the left arm and a knifing belt through his right. Suspicious part of the Monokuma file is worried about. What is it? What's hidden in the file? Oh, son of a bitch. And I can't pause it. Okay, I can pause it this way. Okay. 5, 0, 5, 2, and 5. My first thought was time of death, but that doesn't fit the thing. Neither does method of kills. Oh god. Okay, son of a bitch. Okay, oops. Whoops. Oh no. I got you. Fuck. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Uh-oh. 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 I'm gonna lose. Ah! Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, shit. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
I need a drink. Very, very improved.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
Oh, I'm sweating from that one.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
It's a mortal blow, but it is not a death blow.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
The fifth.
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
It's an assisted suicide.
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
That little blushing smile. He's so adorable.
This is friggin' annoying.
Tay, you have no idea how close I am to death right now. Just wait until you see my health bar.
But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
But yes, I got it very quickly. The problem was there were so many letters.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then, this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking it. He's just like, this is getting interesting. Trial suspended. Ow.
No, no!
Oh my god. Ah, shit. Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stay in the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough, what do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Just trusting a friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. It's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demand for that. I fell for it. I actually took the man bait. I can think of somebody else who takes the man bait.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now.
And fluff.
Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome.
Monami, most underrated
That's
character.
why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from
Absolutely.
the Monokuma file?
You can jam to that.
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this?
This is a very nice
In
OST.
the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Overlooked,
Then
huh?
let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate
You
at a
wondering
time like this.
exactly how bad I fucked up during that Hanged Man's Gambit. Fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. Let's see how much I fucked up.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no...
So I suffered, but not because of the actual guessing. I suffered because of the amount of letters on the screen. I couldn't keep up with it. Ah, fuck, I forgot I could have slowed it down. There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen,
Okay.
maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold.
A sleeper hold.
Or
Yeah.
liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Alright, so I'm gonna agree with the you can't see it. And it's the
Let
poison.
us consider a different fatal wound.
Please, I need the health. Do
It's
you
not the
agree
knife
or
in his
not?
right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
I need a mistake. I need
With all
room
those
for
wounds.
errors.
Maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Thank you.
I agree with that.
I agree. Yeah, but I'm good at
Totally
jumping
forgot
ahead
about
of
that possibility.
myself.
If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Consent.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
Look at that hair foof.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
It's water soluble.
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
The hardtail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
It must be impossible. Just kidding. Not even a pause.
Are there any left?
Hell no. No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Slice it, get it?
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label.
Maybe. The way the poison entered Nagito's body, the answer is written on the warning label? I should think carefully and try to remember it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Slow and steady, boys. Slow and steady. I say as I speed it up because I'm impatient as fuck. Slow and steady. Don't fuck up, is what you mean to say. I will do my best to fuck up. Okay. What state was the poison in when it affected? Oh, fuck. State was the poison in when it affected. Okay, it wasn't solid. If it was liquid, it would have been instant. I think it was gaseous. I can't fuck this up, so, I don't remember what the warning label said. Okay, he can't ingest it, therefore gaseous seems like the best option. Okay. Thank you. No death. Yet. Okay, let's slow down again. Please don't give me the rolly balls. Please don't fuck me with the rolly balls. Oh god. Not the things that pop up 2 feet in my face. Yeah. 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 Slow and steady. Uh-oh. Okay. Got 2.5 minutes. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh my Jesus Christ. This is literally designed to make me hate myself right now. I cannot look at chat. Okay, huh? How did the poison enter his body? Okay, if it's gaseous, I would assume through his nose. No. It would have to go through his wounds. Because his mouth and nose were covered, yes? But that also feels wrong to say through his wounds. Sneeze? Either way, we know for a fact it's definitely not his mouth. It's either his wounds or his nose. You didn't confuse me, but I swear to God, the picture, it looks like his nose is covered up too, but that could just be the art. Okay, I'm gonna go with your hint. This is your last chance to change your mind. Okay. Cool. I didn't think it could go through his wounds, but I was not sure. Okay, we're gonna go slower. We got 1.5 minutes. We have plenty of time to make it through the last of the trials, I think. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's it? Oh. Yay! We did it!
It's all coming together. What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle it with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
I'm gonna... Oh, fuck. So, I'm thinking, let's see, why didn't it affect us? I would say because of the smoke, we didn't go in no, it would be the fire. We didn't go in because of the fire. But that... I feel like it's trying to say, what got rid of it? I don't... The reason we bring the food in is because of the fire. The fire prevented us from going inside. So he started the fire so that we wouldn't be poisoned. Interesting, yes. But is it correct? But also, you could say the smoke for the same reason. They didn't want to inhale the smoke. So they waited to go in until the smoke cleared. Both of those are technically correct, but one of them prevented them from going in immediately. The other prevented them from going in afterwards. Yes, Nagito started the fire. It's a good song. It was written specifically about Nagito doing this. Nope.
Crap!
It was not the fire.
We will never give up!
Mm-hmm. Well, now I have guesses.
What if
I
instead of
literally
drinking-
told you it. But... And then they move it all around. So it would be the... So it would be the smoke or the sprinklers. It wouldn't be the merch. Thanks, Tay. Thanks. Because... Wait, no, it's the sprinklers.
I see!
It's water soluble.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
It's fine. I just didn't realize you weren't 100% paying attention.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Ow, my fan still hurts.
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
It's fine. And a gaseous state is heavier than air. Blah, blah, blah.
Of course!
Hydrolysis.
The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
It's fine.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but...
So what?
In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, All the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. Mia Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't
There
be.
might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Nagito really brought the thing would have been left behind is the container.
I see!
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
It was gas.
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
Unless someone filled the bottles with the poison.
That's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's
The
totally
poison
it.
was in the bottles that they were throwing.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the
what if
conclusion won't
everybody
change at
killed
all.
him because they all threw the bottles that had the poison in it?
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what I kinda just said now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. Wait, Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Oh no! Oh no 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 no. Okay. Oh god. Let's stay on top of it this time. Uh-uh. There we go. Stayed ahead of it this time.
I got it! I see. I got it.
Huh?
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime, could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Aluminium. Where is it?
I can prove it with this.
There we go.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
Ooh, ooh.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
You are.
So what's the issue?
That's okay.
Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
One of them accidentally murdered him.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades were brought and the moment were the same? Could the same moment be when we all threw the
I
grenades?
see! Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
That is horrifying.
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
What the heck? You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Tiny huff.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh? The person who prepared the poison fire grenade was...
I see!
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
Oh, that was Nagito.
See!
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
To make someone throw the
I
poison.
see!
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason. He put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds
And
all over
you
his
knowing
body,
his
it was
luck,
only mess with the evidence
it
for
was
what actually
the
happened.
traitor who grabbed it. I bet you anything.
His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved.
He's very smart.
As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along
Obviously.
and slaps you in
I
your
never said he
faces.
was dumb. He's an incredibly intelligent person.
For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here!
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
I'm so jealous.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Guess, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct.
I don't follow her hunch.
Hajime, please.
Right, doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then, I have to do it, even if it leads to despair.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Okay. Body wasn't tied up. Boom. Okay. It's placed inside the break room. Don't care about that. Oh, body was. There we go. Ah. No? Fuck. Okay, there we go. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Don't need to worry about that or that, so we need to do this. Okay. before.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade.
I can tell.
With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory.
Oh. He can't be too sad.
And went back
He
with the
killed
rest of the grenades
himself.
in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse.
True.
In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door
I love how they called it a oil-based or whatever instead of just a Zippo lighter.
to the curtain and placed
He
an
is
oil
dead.
lighter in front of it.
I wasn't saying you don't have a reason to. I'm
From
just
there,
saying it's
Nagito
not like
set
he
his
was.
insane plan in motion.
It was a surprise murder, like he was betrayed. He did it to himself for a purpose. So of course you can still be
First,
sad.
he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only
I'm not
his
judging.
right hand was freed, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up, he also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear.
He is one lucky son of a
His
bitch.
plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We
Oh,
opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma
who's
panel
protecting
domino
who right there? Huh? Who's the big person covering the tinier person?
The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the
Sonya
factory's
would.
break room
It
to
would be
obtain some
Sonya
fire
covering
extinguishing
Soda,
grenades.
if anything. Let's be honest here.
We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us
It might
that
be
one
a
of those
Kane
grenades
covering,
was the poisoned
Chiaki.
grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized.
True.
That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity.
That is not a flattering
This should be
photo
the
of
truth behind
Hajime.
Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
Oh, he's sweating.
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Huff. Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope can break through to any despair. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. Not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart.
His absolute luck.
I want you to try to remember what that is.
Nagito believed in.
I see!
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys, and more than that, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely gonna be alright.
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
It means that the one who threw it was the traitor.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette. It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, and pull the trigger. So you really did it. Ah, that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I only used one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monomi said. Huh? I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder, so that's how I did it. I only had a 1 in 6 shot. He did the same thing when the first killing game happened in the old building near the hotel. He found on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right, I just trusted my luck. I trusted to be picked for cleaning duty. You just relied on your luck? It's not just luck, it's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know. Oh, I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky now. At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but I was actually the opposite. I was lucky.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh?
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito is after?
No, I don't even have to ask. I should already know the answer.
I see!
One of us.
That's it? The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity, but I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
Uh-huh.
That's probably true.
Well, at
By
the
that
end.
point, his plan should have already been in motion.
And it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe
But
in
if
him?
he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it. Because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
Aww.
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor? Hajime, please.
Fuck.
It's... you?
Oh, hey, Gray. Thank you for the sub.
Chiaki,
This account
you're
has
the
the
traitor?
badge.
Yes, that account does have the badge.
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it. Why? This is nonsense. Why? Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right?
Yes, you
Surely
were one of the
must
first
be
to find
joking.
me, Gray. It's almost like you were in every Skype call during my first streams. What a surprise.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time.
Yeah,
We have
weird.
been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why... the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
I don't really know how to
Whether
prove
I can
it.
prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Ooh.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she
Nope.
was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Manami and Chiaki's relationship. Proving it here is the only way. Oh no, I hate this.
Hajime, you stupid face.
Oh my god.
Let's all get along. I won't let you. First open and mix. I can't lose.
I hate this. It's so off.
First open and mix. I'll lower your grades. Hajime, you stupid face.
Oh my god.
Let's all get along. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along.
For beat's so off.
I won't let you. First open and mix. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
This is the end! When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
Oh, so sudden?
Give me that notebook.
Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monami's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know.
Ah, we did get that one clue, and I was suspicious about it.
However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No, the truth is I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I wanted to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. But now, I clearly know. I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
Topic we discussed.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that.
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to the Octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. I did it. I finally did it. I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out. You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to find something over this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? Without hesitating, she swiped the card reader. Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew?
She knew.
That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
Of course, I love how they're also calling it a traitor when it doesn't have to be a traitor. It's just what Monokuma labeled her as.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to believe it, but...
Then nobody will be saved.
Oh no, it's going further? Jesus Christ. I don't...
Chiaki is not the traitor!
when we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
Oh no.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not.
Yes, she
The only
would have.
person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
That's not it.
Fast.
That's not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that!
Oh my god.
Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want this anymore.
Would she
I'm
be
so very tired
would
of
she be
doubting people.
would she be doing this if it was soda though?
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor! Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Oh god. It's pretty bad.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too.
I don't have enough.
After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Oh god, not this again.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
We're doing this again. Why? Why does this hate me?
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
I can't do anything. I gotta figure out the correct way to slice them.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake,
I can't use the sword.
that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor.
Ah, hold on.
If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too.
There we go.
After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Fuck. Okay, I got it. I can't use the sword yet. Yeah.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that
Do
does
I
not
wait?
prove Chiaki is the traitor.
There we go.
If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island.
That is correct.
Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand. If so, you could not declare that. Monami and Chiaki were working together. there was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
There we go.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then why did Nagito obtain the bomb used? I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes. I know that already. You should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just telling you now for the first time.
That... Monokuma may
yeah.
have just been lying.
No. The sword doesn't matter, it's just the amount of slashes.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
We're not believing Monokuma over Chiaki. We're believing both of them.
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you, that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know.
Nice.
I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Mommy,
Very sad.
I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
Yes, he did. Hey, hey. There's only 14? Jesus Christ. And I still get a B. Probably because of that 51. It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness, loneliness, sadness. Most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness, but even so, I have to move forward. If we believe in the person who's urging us forward, then we have to start walking, and believe with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead. That's rude.
Even so.
Man, I'm pooped. Let's go ahead and announce the results. The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Komeda's killer is Chiaki Nanami.
damn it!
Are you serious? That was correct. The fact that Chiaki was a traitor, the fact that Nagita's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was true?
Damn it.
Plus that means that bastard managed to pull it off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid, we're not celebrating at all.
Damn it!
Chiaki, let me ask you one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation? An agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that really your true identity?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I cannot believe it, even though I do not want to believe it. There's no choice but to believe it, right?
I'm sorry.
It would have been better if I could have said it sooner, but I couldn't say it no matter what. Because I can't betray the Future Foundation. Can't betray?
Well?
Even if you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? That's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I will never be able to betray the Future Foundation. What the heck? But in the end, you did something similar. What you did is no different than sharing a secret yourself. You're right.
Why?
Now's not the time to be laughing.
Well?
But strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of my actions. You're still saying things I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like, if we ask you why you were in the Future Foundation and stuff.
I'm sorry. That is...
Even if you were a traitor, you never betrayed us. Chiaki, you will always be our friend, even now. We don't blame you for this, that's why you don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
So the traitor was revealed and Chiaki lost. In the end, it all went according to Nagita's plan, huh?
Like...
About that. Is that really Nagita's goal? Is it really okay to say he was trying to find the killer and eliminate them? So, isn't that strange? Strange.
So...
I mean, we nearly lost, right? If Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost. You've raised a good point, that's exactly it. Even though Nagita said he wanted to weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor. Huh?
Yes, indeed.
You've successfully stopped Nagita's plan. I mean, Nagita's plan was to reveal the traitor. And kill everyone else besides the traitor.
Huh?
Kill everyone else besides the traitor? That was
serious?
Nagita's goal?
Huh?
Why would he do something like that? Of all that, to form a plan that only the traitor would survive? Is that bastard really that twisted?
Nope.
It's okay. Okay, what?
Well?
I mean, it's not just Nagita's fault. If the circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things this so far.
Chucky.
You really are a kind-hearted person. Huh? You think so? Jeez, I wonder where you got your personality from.
Perhaps.
Maybe our dad and our big brother, don't you think?
Hey.
Hey, don't go talking about your
on now.
family all of a sudden. That's totally ripping off Teru
I
Teru.
can't lose.
Then I cannot lose to Chiaki. Just like Chiaki and everyone else, even if I know it's a fight I cannot win.
Hi-ya!
I must try to retaliate. Huh? Retaliate?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
This stupid. Stop. What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
She self-destructed?
What'd you say?
What's going on? Monokuma, like, died?
No.
I'm not dead. A new one fucking came out.
Phew.
Man, that surprised me. If only I didn't have a spare, I would have died.
I can't lose.
Not yet. I'm not done yet. What?
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Yay!
Stop it, I say. I'm sorry. I lose. Forgive me.
Hey.
Not yet. Seriously, stop it. If you don't stop right now, it's all gonna be
I
destroyed.
won't forgive you.
Of course, I'm doing it so you'll all be destroyed. I'll be the one to protect my
I won't
students.
let you.
I will protect them with my life. Monami, you.
Hey.
Now then, how many of you are still alive? You might as well come out all at once.
Ooh.
How many? Not that much. Just around 10 to the 60th. Huh? What did you say?
What?
1 million? 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion. Jump ahead 10 to the 52nd, and then 10 to the 60th. That's 10 to the 60th power. Uh-huh.
Hey.
After all this, you're still joking around. You sure have quite the daring spirit.
Dad.
Except I'm not joking. What are you even saying anymore? Didn't you see that scene? While you're doing this, my clones are continuously and endlessly created in the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
That's wrong.
Those were just stuffed animals. That's right. I checked them with my own 2 hands. They're just plushies.
Damn it!
Just bluffing. Monami, finish them off.
Hey.
Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it a Monokuma's personality, it becomes a fully developed Monokuma. What did you say? There's no way that's possible. That's not even magic. Magic.
Could it be?
Have you already obtained that much power?
Hey!
Hold on, if you bring up magic so suddenly, we're gonna be so confused. Unless you mean magic in a technological sense, we won't understand this at all.
Hey!
What's going on? Don't tell me they're not going to call this magic or something. I don't care how you interpret it.
In the end, even if Monami risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement? What's this?
And how many Monamis are left to challenge my army of 10 to the 60th? You don't have to say anything, I know. Let's see, you have just about 10 more left, right? I know everything. I'm the conqueror of the new
I
world.
can't lose.
I won't give up, even though I have no chance of
It's
winning.
okay, Monami.
Huh?
Well,
It's not about giving up, you know.
let's believe in them,
Let's believe in everyone and leave the rest to them. But
right?
Damn it.
what the hell is going on?
Um,
I do not know for certain, but the only thing I can say
please
is
listen.
Monokuma is an enemy of the Future Foundation.
Like,
Does that mean there's another organization that's our enemy besides the Future Foundation?
is this bad?
We're in this situation because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations. Okay, that's it. Let's just leave that talk for later. Because the punishment time's gonna start. Ugh. Hold on, just a little more time. To wait or not to wait, that is the question, but which will cause more despair? That's the real question. If you think about it, you'd know, right? There's no way I'd wait. But I haven't...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Hajime. Regardless, there's nothing else I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have. Not that
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate
Special
gamer.
bleeding service.
Ah, for Monami too.
Huh?
Why even Monami? It's just a 2-for-1 special. I could have killed that thing anytime I wanted since she's not a student. And also, I don't need anyone that will define me anymore. Ah, also, I remember now. I'm an only child.
That is...
What is that? It's okay. Even if I'm here, I'd just be a burden anyway, and not just that. I've decided to believe in everyone.
You guys,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry
Oh.
about so many things. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life.
Well, I've let myself down, apparently. Rip.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true.
Her legs look way too long, by the way.
'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
She's like 75% legs right there.
Everything we've got. It's punishment time.
And let's proceed with high spirits. This is the very last punishment time. Maybe. You too, Monami. I love how Monami looks more terrified than Chiaki does. Oh. It's Pac-Man! It's Tetris. Even until the very end, I couldn't look away from Chiaki's final moments. Without realizing it, I had fallen to my knees. A feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. It just had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask, before I could say what I needed to say, Chiaki vanished before my eyes. And I couldn't even tell her, thank you. If I had said that, would she have been comforted a little? As she was executed as the traitor, would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurt.
I don't believe it!
Good gracious, that was such a big surprise. As for Chiaki, she regularly took on the role of pointman during the class trials, as did Nagito too.
What?
And not only was she the traitor, she was Nagito's killer too. Oh well, don't worry about it. There won't be any more situations where you'll need to rely on them. Huh? Wait, does that mean? Now that the annoying rabbit is gone as well, all the obstacles that have been keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone.
Hey!
Are you serious? We can really leave this island?
I shall now present.
Yep, congratulations. With this, I shall announce the end of the killing school trip. For you 5 who survived up until now, I shall give you the right to graduate. Thank you for all your hard work. Are you really okay with that? What do you mean? There's still 2 days left. If you're acting like your usual self, you would be setting things up so another killing happens right away. You're right. Stop it, what are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said you 5, like you were emphasizing that part. Does the number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're saying it's the end already, even though there are still 2 days left, right? It matters that there are 5 people left. Are you planning to make a volleyball team? You need 6 people for volleyball. Don't stay quiet, say something. What's your actual purpose? You're our enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation, so what's your true identity? If the Future Foundation is the world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation has created. Huh?
No.
Well, you'll just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer has almost reached 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lane plane will be nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
And when that time comes, you'll know everything. You'll see all your questions answered in one go. And then you guys will find out for yourself just how messed up this new world is.
Hey.
Huh? A new world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden.
Yep.
Well, just think of the remaining 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus. While you're at it, you should enjoy your life on this tropical island to the fullest, because once you leave this island, your hopeless lives back home will be waiting for you. Oh boy. Monokuma's boisterous laughter carried on for what felt like forever. Our questions, our worries, our sadness were simply ignored. The laughter just kept going forever. For what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't matter at all. I returned to my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look back on everything that happened up till now. I didn't think about what was going to happen. I just kept praying that nothing else would happen and buried deep into my sheets as if they were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure the long day. And then the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying that nothing happens. Which reminds me, I haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far? How much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's still so much we don't know. About our school memories, the Future Foundation, Hope Speak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really end this and turn our back on all that? And not just that, if we're really leaving, then where are we going? To Hope Speak Academy? That was my last night at Jabberwock Island. At a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. Eight hours, 55 minutes, 19 seconds. I feel like I had a fun dream somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right, it's the last day, according to Monokuma. Suddenly my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by fear that I had never felt before. Fear like I had been abandoned in this world. Completely, utterly alone. With nobody left on this island. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia. Like everyone was gone and I couldn't find them anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything. Like everything in this world was nothing but lies. Ah! I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. The computer simulation has failed. When I left the cottage, I randomly ran into
Hello
her.
there.
Ah, Hajime, good timing. Good timing, what do you mean?
See?
Remember Nagita's video message that we found at the factory? Yeah, when we were dealing with the bomb rockets. What about it?
Well,
Apparently there was more to that message inside the laptop, huh?
yep.
We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently it was locked by a timer. Did he set it up so we wouldn't be able to watch it until after the class trial? Why would he do that?
Perhaps.
Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will. Nagito's will? Where is it right now? We're just planning to meet at the restaurant, watch it together. Got it, the restaurant. Plot twist! That we will get to later on, as we are going to be done right here tonight, everybody. Oh my god, that was a fun stream. Oh. So yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. We'll pick up again with this later. And until then, everybody. Stay funky, people.